Hey second graders, today we are going to be doing a directed draw of Golda Meir. And Golda Meir was a prime minister of Israel. And so she often fought for human rights. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with her nose. So I'm gonna go about 4 fingers down, and I'm gonna make more of a pointed nose. So more of a pointed nose this time. Then I'm gonna give her nostrils right next to it. And it's kind of a narrow nose. I'm gonna give the bridge of her nose. And for her eyes were kind of sunken. So I'm going to make her eyes slanted. And so I'm just gonna take my marker and I'm going to just make a curve going down on each side. Okay, just like this. And then I'm gonna close that, but I'm gonna leave a little bit on the side. So I'm gonna come around and close it. Maybe leave a little bit right there. Then I'm gonna add kind of her eyelid, some crow's feet wrinkles on her eyes because she was a little bit older. And then I'm gonna do the iris inside of her eyes and the pupil, and I'll color that pupil in black. Then we're gonna go down and do her mouth, and again her mouth is kind of narrow and thin, so I'm just gonna do a line with a little bit of curve and then just a bottom lip like this. Okay, and then she had a little mole right here on the side of her face, and we'll give her some lines, some age lines from her nose to her mouth and then right next to her mouth. Okay, so now we have her face, and I'm going to draw her chin, but I'm gonna only draw from maybe where the bottom of her ears would be on the sides, and I'm gonna make it a little more narrow and pointed. Okay, and I'm gonna stop before I get up here to the eyes. Okay, so now we have her chin. And the quote on your paper from Golda Meir is, "Trust yourself. Create the kind of self that you will be happy to live with all your life. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner sparks of possibility into flames of achievement." Very powerful words. Okay. Now I'm going to make her hair, and she always had her hair kind of up into kind of like a messy-ish bun. So I'm gonna make from this bottom line some wavy curls that kind of come up, wavy hair. Same thing on this side, it's gonna kind of come up into those letters. You can even go a little bit above those letters of her name. Okay, and then I'm gonna add those lines and textures where her hair meets her face, that hairline. So I'm gonna come right here, up from that chin, and I'm just gonna draw little lines with my black marker that kind of curve into that hair. So I'm not actually drawing a hairline, but I'm drawing lines that go into her hair, kind of curve in, and then I can add some lines inside that area of her hair to add a little more texture. Okay, and I'm going to draw her neck, but this time I'm just going to draw her clothes into like a collar. So I'm going to make kind of a line that comes in and points down right here under her chin. And then from this part, I'm gonna make the collar of her shirt. Okay, so I'm gonna go from here and I'm gonna come down, and then I'm gonna come wrap it around to the bottom. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna come down, wrap it around to the bottom. This is like the collar of her dress. And then I'm going to draw her shoulders, and her shoulders are gonna come a little bit down from there. They're just gonna round out off the page, just like this, okay? So now I have her drawn, and I'm going to color. So I'm going to take kind of a lighter color for her skin, like a light pink maybe. And I'm going to color just where her face would be. And go all the way around and down, and I'm going to color her nose. Again, I like to color in one direction until I go maybe to hair, where I want to give it a little more movement and texture. So I'm going to color her face, going over her nose and her lips, and then don't forget to color her neck. Again, if you need more time, you can always pause the video. Okay. For her hair, I'm going to color her hair gray. So I'm going to take my gray crayon and I'm going to color in that hair. And again, it's going to be kind of, it's in like a messy pulled back bun. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do the hairline and then color in her hair. For her dress, I'm going to color her dress kind of a dark blue. I want it to be kind of like a dark blue. So I'm going to add some pressure with my regular blue to make it dark. And I'm going to color her collar first. I want to make sure I get all that white area. And then all the way up inside the lines. Then I don't want to forget her shoulders. It's her dress, so it's all going to be that one blue color. And of course your coloring is going to look even more magnificent than mine. You can always think of things that have to do with her. If you want to add some stuff to the background, maybe go back to her bio, read a little bit about that, and you can add things to her background. We're all done. Great job.